Men, listen carefully, because this will save you years of wasted time. Most women today are not partners, they're distractions. Social media has inflated their egos, loyalty has collapsed, and chaos has replaced peace. In this video, I'll show you exactly why most women are not worth your time and what you must do to protect your future. 1. Modern culture has inflated her ego beyond reality. Let's start with the obvious. Modern society has created an environment where many women are drowning in male attention. Social media, dating apps, and constant validation have inflated egos to absurd proportions. A woman who in the past might have had the attention of a handful of men in her community now has hundreds, even thousands of men in her DMs, liking her pictures, offering praise every single day. What does this do? It distorts reality. When a woman is bombarded with constant validation, she begins to believe her value is higher than it truly is. She expects to be treated like a celebrity, even if she brings nothing to the table beyond looks. And men, desperate and thirsty, enable this behavior by rewarding even the bare minimum of effort with likes, comments, and emotional energy. The Stoics warned against false appearances. Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Apply that here. A woman's value online is not reality. It's a projection built on male desperation. The problem is that many women start believing the projection more than the truth. The result? Entitlement. Many women believe they deserve a man of high status, wealth, and looks, even if they have not cultivated anything in themselves beyond surface-level appeal. They dismiss good men as not enough because they've grown addicted to the idea that more options are always waiting. For the modern man, this means one thing. Most women you meet today are trapped in inflated self-image. They're chasing a fantasy version of themselves, not building substance. And a woman who's consumed by ego is not worth your time. She cannot connect deeply because she doesn't live in reality. She lives in attention-fueled illusion. 2. Values have shifted away from loyalty and commitment. The second reason most women today aren't worth your time is that traditional values, loyalty, patience, family building, long-term partnership, have been replaced by instant gratification and self-indulgence. Dating culture today encourages women to explore options endlessly. Instead of investing in one man and building together, many treat relationships like revolving doors. If a man doesn't meet every single expectation, she doesn't work through it. She moves on to the next. This is not because men have changed dramatically, but because women now have the illusion of unlimited choice. Commitment used to mean sacrifice. Today, commitment is often seen as limitation. Modern culture whispers, "Why settle down? Why invest in one man when you can have the attention of many?" The result is a generation of women who are more skilled at curating Instagram stories than they are at nurturing relationships. Stoic wisdom teaches discipline and long-term thinking. Seneca wrote, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." A woman who spreads her energy across dozens of men's attention cannot be fully present with one. And if she cannot be fully present, she cannot give you loyalty or devotion. Ask yourself, how many women today are trained to be wives, mothers, or even consistent partners? Very few. They're trained to chase experiences, indulge impulses, and avoid anything that demands responsibility. If her values are built on selfish gratification, what future can you build with her? None. Men must stop ignoring this reality. If a woman's lifestyle screams instability, if she's addicted to nightlife, endlessly posting thirst traps, or constantly seeking validation, don't tell yourself you'll be the exception. You won't. Her values will not change overnight. A woman without loyalty or long-term vision is not worth your investment. She'll drain your time, your energy, and eventually your spirit. Third, most women haven't cultivated substance beyond appearance. Finally, the harshest truth. Many modern women have not developed depth. They rely entirely on youth, looks, and sexuality for value. But beauty fades, and when it does, what remains? For many, very little. In past generations, women were taught to develop skills that enriched a partnership: cooking, nurturing, supporting, educating. Not because they were less, but because they contributed value beyond looks. Today, many women are told those things are oppression. Instead, they're told their power lies solely in showcasing their body and demanding attention. The outcome? Shallow relationships where the only currency is looks. And when looks are the foundation, relationships collapse the moment attraction fades or attention shifts elsewhere. A woman who hasn't read, learned, or cultivated wisdom can't hold a deep conversation. A woman who's never learned patience can't endure hard seasons. A woman who relies entirely on being desired will panic the moment her desirability slips. The Stoics prized inner virtue above all. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Apply that here. The woman who always wants more validation, more attention, more status, can never be satisfied. And if she can't be satisfied, no man will ever feel peace with her. Contrast that with the rare woman who cultivates her mind, her character, her discipline. She doesn't need endless attention because she knows her worth internally. She doesn't abandon loyalty for novelty because she values depth. That kind of woman exists, but she is rare. Most women today, they lean entirely on looks, external validation, and modern entitlement. They bring nothing of substance to the table. For a man of purpose, they are distractions, not partners. And a distraction is never worth your time. 4. Modern feminism has blurred accountability. One of the most overlooked truths about why many women today aren't worth your time is the disappearance of accountability. Modern feminism, mixed with social media empowerment slogans, has created a culture where women are encouraged to embrace freedom without responsibility. Think about the messaging. Live your truth. Do whatever makes you happy. Never settle. On the surface, it sounds liberating, but underneath, it's a license to indulge every impulse without considering the consequences. Sleep around recklessly, blame men, can't maintain a relationship, blame toxic masculinity, financial instability, society's fault, emotional immaturity, blame her ex. The Stoics taught that freedom without discipline is slavery. A woman who cannot own her choices is chained to them, forever blaming others for her unhappiness. And here's the reality. When you get involved with a woman like this, her lack of accountability will fall squarely on your shoulders. You'll be expected to fix what she refuses to admit is broken. You'll see this clearly in arguments. She'll never be wrong, even when the facts scream otherwise. Every failed relationship in her past. Somehow, every ex was crazy or abusive. When accountability is absent, growth is impossible. And if growth is impossible, the cycle repeats. Chaos, instability, blame, repeat. For a man with purpose, this is poison. You cannot build with someone who refuses to take responsibility for her life. She will drag you into her storms and then tell the world you caused the rain. This is why discernment is everything. If she can't own her past, she won't protect your future, and that makes her unworthy of your time. 5. She's addicted to chaos instead of building peace. Here's the final nail in the coffin. Most women today have been conditioned to confuse drama with passion. Peace feels boring to them because their entire life has been fueled by chaos. Unstable relationships, social media drama, endless gossip, toxic friend circles. The Stoics taught that peace of mind is the highest form of wealth. But how can you achieve that when the woman by your side constantly sabotages it? She picks fights over nothing. She escalates small issues into big battles. She thrives on emotional highs and lows instead of stability. Watch how she lives. Does she bounce from one social circle to another, always leaving behind tension and unresolved conflict? Does she constantly talk about haters or fake friends? Does she consume drama-driven content, reality TV, gossip blogs, toxic podcasts, and treat it like scripture? Then understand this: chaos is her baseline, and if you step into her world, you'll inherit that baseline. Men underestimate how destructive this is. A woman addicted to chaos won't allow a relationship to thrive because calm makes her restless. If you provide stability, she'll manufacture instability just to feel alive. That's why so many men feel drained in modern relationships. They thought they were building love, but in reality, they were feeding her addiction to drama. Here's the harsh truth: you can't fix this. You can't outlove chaos. You can't teach peace to someone who's addicted to dysfunction. The Stoic approach is simple: walk away. Guard your mind, your time, your energy. Because if you let chaos into your home, it becomes your home. Most women today are not raised to value peace. They chase thrill, drama, attention, and self-indulgence. And for men on the path to purpose, they are distractions disguised as partners. A distraction isn't worth your time. It costs you your future.